Hello friends, welcome to Wire Digital YouTube channel. This is Anil. In this video, I am going to discuss about date and time functions. Previous video, we have discussed about aggregate functions. Now we are going to discuss about date and time functions. First, before going to the date and time functions, we should know what is the date and what is the date hierarchy. If you know the date hierarchy, it is easy to work on date and time functions. First, you can observe this is our date part. You can observe date is nothing but a 2020, right? 0607, and current time is 190004, like this. And you can give 0345 like that. So you can observe here. First one is the year and month, date, hour, minutes, seconds, and milliseconds. So how we can define as a hierarchy? In this part, here is an one hierarchy. It's a part of all the date parts. All that you can remember, all the date parts is nothing but a hierarchy. Year, under the year we have a semester, under the semester we have the quarter, but there is no semester keyword in the SQL server. So we can use year and quarter, and under the quarter we have month, under the month we have weeks, under the weeks we have day of week. It's a day of week is nothing but a Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, right? And the day means 1 to 30 or 1 to 31 between the days. And hours, minutes, seconds, milliseconds. This is the part of an hierarchy of date. So how we can use this hierarchy into our date and time functions? We have system date and time functions, then user defined date and time functions. First, you can observe here system date and time functions. How we can use the system date and time functions, where we can use inside the queries. First, you can observe here, these date and time functions derives all system date and time values from the operating system of the computer on which the instance of SQL server runs. That means in your operating system, in which operating system can run the SQL server instance, that SQL server instance runtime operation system operating system date should be a system date. Now you can observe system date. It returns a date time to, already we have discussed about the date time to time, all the data types part. You can refresh that date time to data type value containing the date and time of the computer on which the instance of SQL server runs, on which the SQL servers runs. And the return value does not include time zone offset. Time zone means plus 5.30 plus 16 plus 17 plus 18. It's a each and every country having their own time zones. So that time zone, it will not be displayed into the system data. This is date time, and this date time offset function with the same, but it return the time zone offset. So we can go through the practical part. You can observe here we have a multiple system datetime functions. You can observe here. First we can run this query. Okay, just I can display the values. You can observe, you can observe here, the first one is sys date time. Sys date time, what is the system date and time? You can remember to 2020 0607. You can observe the date 2020 0607. And what is the hours you can run? It's 1903. Whenever we are running on that time, it's a 03. And now you can observe here, it's a year, month, date, hour, minutes, seconds, and milliseconds. But here you can observe here, up to milliseconds it's a fine, but it will display the time zone. Sys date time offset function, it returns the SQL server instance operating system date time along with time zone. And you can observe sys UTC date time. Sys UTC is nothing but a coordinate universal time. Coordinate universal time. That means you can observe this is the minus 6 hours of current system date and time. You can observe here. Here you can observe there is a 13 and 19. 19 minus 6, 13 hours. So UTC date time compared with the sys date time is the less than 6 hours of the current date time. That is nothing but a UTC date time. UTC is nothing but a coordinate universal time. And now you can observe here. Here you can observe fourth one, current timestamp. It's a main difference. It's a part of hours, minutes, second, milliseconds part. You can observe here 383, but here you can observe 385. So milliseconds part, it will be different between the current timestamp and sys date time offset and sys UTC date time. And observe the get date time. And get date time and sys date time current timestamp is the same format. You can observe current timestamp sys date time, get date, and you can observe the get UTC date. UTC is nothing but already we discussed coordinate universal time. It's a minus 6 hours with the same format of date and time. Each and every function having a different format of the time values, not a date values. So we should know what is the sys date time and what is the sys UTC date time. Clear? Now we can go with the date functions. Date functions. Now what are the hierarchies we can see in this date part? We can call it as all these parts. All these parts we can call it as intervals. All these parts we can call it as intervals. Based on these intervals, we can define the value of a date, either given date by the user or apply this date function on the existing column name of a table. That column name should be a date format or nvarchar format. Now you can observe each and every function of dates. You can see date add. You can observe the names on the functions part. Then you can understood the names. We can easy to write a queries or understand a functions. Now you can observe date add. This date add function returns a date either previous day or current or next day. Previous day or next day. You can observe here the date add function. What is the syntax? Syntax, we should have three arguments. One is interval. Interval is nothing but you can observe here. These are all the intervals. Here can observe our interval is, you can observe our interval is value year y and y. These are all the intervals we can use inside the date functions. Each and every interval with along with their interval name. So we can use these intervals to work on the date functions. You can observe year, quarter, month, day of year, week, day, hour, minute, seconds, milliseconds. Right now we can go to the our practical part. First we can go to the date add. Select, you can observe here date add. What is the date add? Either you can add next day or my subtract previous day. So you can observe here select date add. Okay, you can observe the syntax. Select date add. I want to add or subtract. Interval, I want to interval, pass the interval as year. I want to get the previous year information, -1, and get date. First you can observe the what is the get date. Previously we can get date is nothing but a system generated a date which operating system install a SQL Server instance. That system date will be displayed as a get date. Now you can observe 2020 6 7 1908 48. Now you can observe 1908 48. Now how we can get, you can observe these two queries. You can run these two select statements. We can run these two select statement. Now you can observe here first statement is get date and second statement is, you can observe it's a 2020 get date. Get date is nothing but a present date, and this present date minus one on which is a either month, date, or quarter, or day, weekday. Like that we can use year wise -1. So 2020 -1 2019, it's nothing but a date add. If you want to add one, just you can remove the native symbol, then you can run 2021. You can observe here 2021, but format is the same month, same date, same time. Okay, now you can observe the how we can use inside the query on the data add function. Just for our understanding we can return. Now you can observe select employee table. How we can write select employee table. We can read the data from employee table. From all the columns are selected columns. I want to give a selected columns: employee ID, name, salary, city, gender, hire date. Hire date is my date column. I can apply date function on this column, so I can apply it here date add function. And date, date part, day. What is the interval of day? You can observe here day interval. It will display the day value. higher date, and as result it's a positive number or negative number. Positive number, that means today is 20, today is 7. If I can pass this query as a get date, it will move into the next day. Same you can observe here. You can observe this query. Observe this query. My exact date from your table 2018 7 12, but my result is 2018 7 13. One day prior, one day it will be shown into the result set. Date part mainly used to add a date, add a year, month, quarter, whatever interval we have, we can apply those intervals in this part, so we can get an result set into the date part. Sorry, date add. Now you can observe the date difference. What, how we can calculate the difference? Either we should have two values to calculate the difference. We have a date 1 and date 2 values. On on what basis you have identify the difference, either year wise or month wise or quarter wise or week or day. Like that we can define on the date difference function. Date diff is nothing but a difference function. It will calculate the differentiate between the years, months, weeks or days. So you can observe here, just you can calculate your age. How you can calculate your age? Whenever we are asking what is your age, we can just give you a month numbers or day numbers. No, year numbers. When I was taking this, you can observe here. I was born in 2015 03 15, and I have taken an example and get date. You can observe here. Get date is 2020. Year wise calculation I have did. Get date is 2020 current date and 2015. How many years? It is the difference. It's nothing but a 5 years. 5 years. Same way we can use into the queries part. Now you can observe the query. Calculate each employee of work experience in years, months, and days. Calculate each employee of work experience. That means I want to calculate an work experience of an employee. How we can calculate an employee of work experience? First we should know his joining date, then his current date. So we can calculate the difference between these two dates, either year, month and day. Now you can observe here, date diff, how many arguments we can pass? Three arguments. Year, hire date is the joining date. How we can calculate? If he is in the service, we can calculate with the get date. Now we can get the experience. Same way we can use month, day. It's all is nothing but intervals. How many date parts we have? All the parts we can call it as an intervals. Now you can observe here, experience in year 2018 to 20, 2 years, 2017 to 23 years. Like experience in months, 23 months and 40 months, how many days he has experience. So like this way we can calculate the date and time function differences by using date diff function. Now you can observe one more query. Write a query to get more than 2 years of experience employee information. Like I want to get more than 2 years of experience of employee, so I can use inside the where class. You can observe a date, all the date functions we can use select class, we can use where class, we can use group by class, we can use having class. Depends upon the requirement, we can use all these functions inside a select, where, group by, having. So now you can observe, I want to get more than 2 years of experience, date diff year. Now you can observe, first we can calculate the year. So you can observe year experience in 2 years, 2 years, 3 years, but I want to get only more than 2 years of experience employees. So I can use the where class to filter the data which employee having more than 2 years. I can use greater than symbol. Now you can observe date name. In the date part, how many parts we have a name? We can have a year? No. We can have a name in a year? No. We can have a month in name? Yes, we have. Like January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Like that, we have a month names. And we have a quarter name? No. We have a day day name? Yes, we have a day of week. Day of week. Either we can get two parts, month name and day of week. That function, this date name function will return always a string value. Now you can observe here. Now you can observe, see, month and get date. I want to display month and day of week. You can observe here, month is June and today day of week is Sunday. Now you can observe how we can apply into the query level. Now you can see employee ID, employee name, salary, city, gender, hire date, and date name. You can observe the date name. How many arguments we can pass? One is interval, one is date, field or value. So I can get month of this date name. I want to get a month name. Now you can observe day, week, day name and month name. You can observe here. 7th July month, 2 February, 9 September, 10 October, 5th May. Like that we can fetch, also apply all these date functions on a existing column, or we can pass a static value. Now day name, 12th maybe Thursday, 15th Wednesday, like that we can display the day name. Now another example can observe here. Write a query to get list of all employees who has joined in the year 2018 in the month of September. Now you can observe here. Year value we know we have a date part function. We can part the date based on the interval year, getting the year, or date name function month of hire date September. So we can use this query to return the result. Now you can observe date part function. This date part function returns a specified part of a given date. How many parts we have? Year, month, quarter, date, semester, hour, not semester, hour, minutes, right? All the parts we can get a result by using date part. How many arguments we need? We need two arguments. What is your interval? On which basis you are finding the date part? Which part you want to retrieve? I have multiple parts. Previously we have seen the hierarchy, right? All the hierarchies we can call it as date parts. That date part of the date we can split and display into this another result set. Now you can observe here, write a query here. You can observe here, I want to return a year of the current date 2020. Now you can observe here, write a query to get the year wise employees total salary. Yesterday we can sorry, previous video we have discussed about the aggregate functions, how we can get the total by using sum function. Sum is an aggregate function. We can apply the aggregate function on the salary column. We can get a total salary by year wise. How we can get an year? We can use to date part or year comma hire date. These two arguments we can pass. This one is the year, one is the interval. So at the same we can apply the date part in the group by class. Now you can run and it will display the year wise total salary. You can observe here. Whenever you are writing a query, first you can imagine an output. First you can read the query, then imagine the output, then start select from which table you want to return. From this table, what are the columns we have to selected, what are the operations we can apply. Based on that we can write a query and fetch the and read the result. Now you can observe here day function. Day is nothing but a day. You get date, day. What is the today's day? 7th, right? It will return the 7th. Like that we can apply on the functions as well. You can observe here this query. You can observe a simple query. Just for our understanding we can apply 2018 year, month and day. We can get the quarter also, date part quarter. You can use quarter also, no issues. You can observe here date part. I want to add one more function, quarter interval date part q. You can observe here. First we can delete the year, then quarter. You can observe q quarter. You can observe quarter. Now you can run all the functions same with different names. You can observe here how which quarter this one. Like every 3 quarters we are having one quarter. 6 3 3 6 7 7 is the third quarter, and second month first quarter. And you can observe October, fourth quarter. Now you can observe ninth month, third quarter. Based on this you can get year quarter wise data. First you can change the result set name quarter, right? Okay, now you can get it. See, right? Quarter. Like that we can get the values. Now you can observe month. Month is nothing but it will return the month number, not a month name. How we can get the month name? We can use date name, but here we can get month number. This month is 6th month number, it will be displayed. Now you can observe one more function, year. Either you can use month, we can get the month of. If you want to return the month number, you can use date part, or if you want to return a year number, you can get a date part or year function. We can either we can use date part, or either we can use year or day or date functions. Now you can observe, select year of get date, it will return 2020. Now you can observe, select year of get date, here it returns the year function always used to return the year value on the current date or given column date value. Now you can observe evo month. Evo month is nothing but end of month. What is the end of month of June? It's a June having 30th. 30th is the end of the month. It is the end of the month. This is the way we can use the date functions inside the SQL statements. Like we can use the date functions in select clause, where clause, group by clause, and having clause. Depends upon the scenario, we can work on the functions either static or we can apply functions on the existing date column. Thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe my Via Digital YouTube channel. Thank you very much. We will catch you in next video.